Mayweather-McGregor matchup is boxing analyst Dennis Principe, and we also have on the phone the father of Philippine MMA, Professor Alvin Aguilar. Dennis, welcome back here to the studio. And Prof. Alvin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
There, loud and clear. Just to establish that we have Alvin Aguilar here on the show via phone. Alvin, I want to ask you, what were your initial thoughts when you heard na na-finalize na itong laban sa pagitan ni Floyd Mayweather Jr. at ni Conor MacGregor?
Well, my initial thoughts were, what do you call it? Conor MacGregor is just asking to get his butt kicked. And then aside from that, I guess he just wants a big payday like everybody else.
That to me is very shocking, considering that you're the MMA guy here in the Philippines, and the MMA guy, you think he's going to get whooped by Floyd Mayweather in the boxing. Are you also surprised na ganun yung reaction ni Prof. Alvin, Dennis?
Well, in some ways, kasi I was expecting na kahit papano he will defend. But it's good to hear that Alvin is more on the realistic side of this event.
Okay, pero Prof. Alvin, going back to you, I want to ask na, let's say, seryosohin talaga ni Conor MacGregor itong laban na to. He's been hyping this up for quite some time now. He's been showing us via social media that he's been actually training boxing. Do you think that he has an actual shot, maybe a puncher's chance to score an upset against Floyd Mayweather?
That would be like the biggest miracle ever if he actually would beat him. Even if he starts training now, you have to remember Mayweather's been training his whole life for boxing. That's a very, very specialized discipline, a very, very specialized sport. To land a punch in MMA is different from landing a punch in boxing. Two different things, different sports.
But won't it affect Floyd Mayweather also that he has not fought since September 2015? Do you think that would somehow diminish the skills of Floyd Mayweather when he comes back inside the ring?
No. If you look all over the internet, you see a lot of videos of Conor MacGregor boxing with subpar boxers and who aren't even on the level of Mayweather or Pacquiao for that matter, and he still doesn't do well. Can you imagine when he goes against Mayweather, what's going to happen? You saw how Mayweather did against the greatest volume puncher in history, our country's own Manny Pacquiao. There's no way Conor MacGregor will be able to do anything.
Dennis, would you like to add to what Prof. Alvin just said?
Well, with all due respect to Conor, as well as other MMA fighters, with all his toughness and his accomplishments, as an MMA superstar, hands off tayo rito kay Conor MacGregor. But the thing is, in boxing, there is a reason why a newcomer or a newbie, even if you have hundreds of fights as an amateur, even if you are an Olympic champion, a gold medalist, once you turn pro, you have to go through a 4-round fight, a 6-round fight, a fight that has to be approved by a professional matchmaker. Hindi yung basta, pasok ako, Olympic champion, I have to fight this guy. Kailangan may approval pa yun. So there's a reason kung bakit step by step dapat. But with Conor MacGregor, direkta na sa fire, so to speak. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But the funny thing is that this fight will sell.
And lumalabas, it's all about the money.
It's all about the money. It's very obvious.
It's always,
and you can't blame them. You can't blame them.
Oh, well, Floyd Mayweather is known as Money Mayweather, at nakikita naman natin si notorious MMA, si Conor MacGregor. He's all about the money as well. But what do you think the effects will be with the sport of MMA and the sport of boxing because this fight is actually going to take place? Prof. Alvin?
I think it'll be good for both sports because the people who are hardcore boxing fans, the people who wouldn't look at MMA will now say, what's this MMA? What is it about? And it'll give it a second look. And it'll also be good for boxing because ever since Mayweather and Pacquiao are not there, nobody even knows who the heavyweight champion is. So at least you'll have more eyes on boxing and more eyes on our combat sports.
Do you agree with what Prof. Alvin said?
Yeah, I agree. Both sports will benefit dito sa event na to. And I think it will help MMA, and I don't know if Alvin will agree, that Conor MacGregor is not really one of the most well-loved fighters of his sport. So for him to be kumbaga bamboozled by Mayweather, meron pa rin doon mga medyo in a way will feel justified, and will have the satisfaction, but it will not affect MMA as a whole, because I believe that boxing has a different set of fans, as well as mixed martial arts. They have different set of fans, and I believe both will try to enjoy this event. It's not really a sports spectacle. It's more of an event. Sabi nga, pag tinatanong ako, paano mangyayari to? How come this fight will sell? Well, all you have to do is look at the WWE.
Exactly.
Prof. Alvin, Dennis, I'm just curious because Mayweather is 49-0. He's currently tied with the late Rocky Marciano for the greatest record, the greatest unblemished record, 49-0. If he goes on to beat Conor MacGregor, he's going to be 50-0. Where would that put Mayweather in terms of the greatest boxer of all time? Prof. Alvin.
Well, for sure. I mean, what do you call it? Mayweather is not just a good boxer. He's he's an excellent businessman as well. I mean, why would you risk your legacy, fighting in getting another Manny Pacquiao fight, or getting somebody who has a chance of beating him when he can easily get to 50-0 and still make sure he gets a money fight? Because if Mayweather would fight anybody else, nobody would want to watch that unless it's another Pacquiao fight. So, a McGregor, then here you go. Everybody's talking about it. So it's a smart movement and spark. I mean, I really gotta admire Mayweather for this. He's a good businessman and an excellent boxer.
Perhaps the greatest businessman.
But greatest boxer of all time, Dennis, where do you have Floyd Mayweather?
No, I don't think so, because this is going to be a blot in Mayweather's legacy. Sabi ko nga, he'll be a 50-0, and I visualize that 50, yung 50, yung 0 is more of an asterisk for me. Alam mo, sayang, before he fought Manny Pacquiao, he was already, claiming greatness, but people were asking, how come you consider yourself a great if you don't want to fight Manny? So when he fought Manny Pacquiao, he defeated Manny Pacquiao, nawala yung asterisk na yun. And now, with him fighting Conor MacGregor, that asterisk will return sa kanyang career and legacy.
All right, the past 2 days since the announcement na na-finalize na itong laban na to, I've been watching so many analysts all over the world. At one comment struck me, yung sinabi ni Max Kellerman. Sinabi niya, McGregor has zero chance of winning this fight, and he's not even gonna land a single punch on Floyd Mayweather. Alvin, do you see the same thing happening when these two guys finally go at it on August 26?
Well, anything can happen in a real fight, but you know what? I doubt. If you watch the style of Floyd Mayweather, the way he plays in the pocket, the way he covers up, the way he defends, it's going to be very hard for Conor McGregor to land, especially if he does his wide punches.
Ikaw, Dennis.
It's going to be very hard for him to land.
Well, I think he'll land some punches because, I don't know, Alvin, if you have an idea, if is Conor McGregor using boxing as more of as part of his, parang cross training?
Mm-hmm.
Alvin?
Yeah, maybe also, but you have to remember in mixed martial arts, it's easier. There's a different way of landing a punch, because you have to remember in mixed martial arts, I can pretend to fake a kick and then punch. I can pretend to fake a takedown and then punch.
Mm-hmm.
So there's other ways to land a punch. So it's also the way you set it up. There's different ways. So, but you go back to boxing, there's no setups like that. It's all pure boxing, and that's Mayweather's kingdom.
Yeah, and Alvin, if I may ask, siguro, is the 12-round fight a factor dito sa laban na to for Conor McGregor? Because as we know very well, sa mixed martial arts, although 5 minutes per round, you use a few rounds than boxing. So how will that affect itong si Conor McGregor?
Yes, that's another thing also. What do you call it? If you're training for 5-minute fights with 1 minute break. There's a big difference if you go 3 minutes stop, 3 minutes stop, 3 minutes stop, and you go 12 rounds. If you go 12 rounds with somebody as fast and that good, you know, for sure Conor McGregor's going to try to run after Mayweather, because you know, and then Mayweather will just wait. Mayweather will just wait, you know, for McGregor to come in, and after that he'll just do his stuff. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be very, very different. Also, it's a different cardio experience also.
All right. Well, I think both Dennis Principe and Alvin Aguilar are in agreement that Floyd Mayweather is going to win against Conor McGregor when they face off in August. Prof. Alvin, maraming salamat sa oras and hope to see you soon.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
All right. Good evening to you. And Dennis, thank you so much for coming back here to The Score.
Hi guys, keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates, and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.